Hey everybody, it's Emma, and today I wanted to share with you my August/summer favorites. So I only have a couple of things that are standing out to me as favorites for the month of August, so I figured I would kind of recap the past few months with some products that I've really been enjoying throughout the summertime. And maybe, talk about how applicable they'll be as the weather starts to cool down. Sadly. Anyway, so let me talk about a couple of the things that are kind of more August specific. This first one is only August specific because it's a relatively recent purchase. And that is the Essence Lash Princess Sculpted Volume Mascara. It's what I'm wearing now. I am absolutely in love with this. This is by far my favorite Essence mascara that I've tried so far. I'm sure I will repurchase it when I need to, but I also want to continue to try other Essence mascaras because those have been the best drugstore cruelty-free mascaras I found by a long shot. If you have not seen any of my videos before, I've tried a couple of the Lash Princess mascaras. I love the packaging. It's very cute. This detail at the top of on the top is rubberized, which might seem a little bit silly, but I don't know, I find it really easy to open the tube. I love the brush. It's got this kind of curve to it, which I find really easy to work with. The only thing that I think people might not like is you can probably see the formula is a little bit gloopy, so you really have to kind of scrape the edge of the brush. I don't mind that. I don't find that it clumps on my lashes too much. It gives them a little bit of a lift. I never use an eyelash curler just because it's not a habit of mine. But I feel like this mascara gives a little lift. It gives a really nice amount of volume, separates. It's really great. I love it, highly recommend it, and it's like $5. There are a couple eyeshadow palettes that I've been kind of reaching for more this month. The one that I'm wearing on my eyes right now is from Milani. This is one of their everyday eyes. This is in Bare Necessities, and it's just, I love all the shades in here. It's very, it's a little bit warmer, quite neutral, really great shimmers. The mattes are very nice. So you have this kind of nice transition-y crease color, have this darker brown you can use as a liner, and then the rest of the shades are shimmery. This one up here is the only one I'm not crazy about. It has more kind of a powdery feel to it, a little chunky, and it does have a really nice, as you can see there, kind of golden reflection. I do have it in the inner corner today. And then this shade over here I absolutely love. It's got more of a kind of pinky sheen to it. I'll wear this sometimes on my cheek as a highlight. I've worn it just by itself on my eye, or, kind of that blended onto the eye with the winged liner is really pretty. But this is a great little palette. I have heard mixed reviews. Ooh, that was really close to my ear. I've heard mixed reviews of a couple of the other palettes. I've also tried the purple one, which I liked, but I wasn't reaching for it, so it did get decluttered at some point. If I have a video showing it, I'll link it. But I love this one. There are a couple others I had my eye on too. I just haven't pulled the plug yet. And then the next one I've been reaching for, and this is just because I've reorganized my makeup and these things are a little bit more available, I suppose, and that is the Anastasia Beverly Hills World Traveler palette. I talked about this in my YouTube Made Me Buy It video, so I won't blab on too much, but I really love the shades in here. I think it's just a fun palette. It has a nice enough mix of kind of pops of color and neutral tones that, if I had to just use this one palette for a month or something, I think I'd be okay. It might be kind of interesting. I don't know. Anyway, I do love this palette, and I'm considering for my birthday getting myself another Anastasia palette because I really like those eyeshadows. Okay, moving on to more kind of collective summer favorites. This will certainly be no surprise. The Buxom Show Some Skin Weightless foundation has been my go-to since I bought it. I have it in the shade Tickle the Ivory. I'm not wearing it right now, but I have a ton of videos where I have worn this or applied it or talked about it. It's a great foundation if you want something that looks very natural. It's a light to medium coverage, so it's a great everyday foundation for me, for my preferences, and I love it. I don't hear anybody talk about this, and I think it's fantastic. So if something lightweight, buildable, but also looks like skin sounds interesting to you, definitely recommend checking this out. While we're on kind of skin makeup, I got this sample of the Dr. Jart Beauty Balm from Sephora. And at the time, I was really kind of upset with myself for grabbing this because there were a couple other samples that maybe there was like a lipstick mini that would have lasted me longer. It was Bite. It would have been great. And for some reason, I grabbed this. And after using it, I'm really glad I did. I actually really enjoy this. It might be just, they only have 2 shades, which is obnoxious. Light medium and medium dark, which is not even that dark. Of course. The light medium is a good match for me in the summer. It might be a little bit too dark in the winter. And I've actually gotten quite a few uses out of this. I almost don't want to waste any right now. It has a pretty neutral sort of undertone. It blends in really beautifully. I don't know if you can see that or not. It blends in really nice. It has an SPF 45 in it. I would take this to the beach if I wanted to, you know, pretend that my skin was a little bit more even, but also have some sun protection. I found that I didn't really need a mirror to blend this in. It just blends in very nicely. And I would actually consider buying this. I really enjoyed it a lot. It set well. It lasted really well. And I really enjoyed using this over the summer. There's still some more in there, so I don't know. Next year I might consider buying the full size of this. One more sort of skin-oriented product. This is from SkinFix. This is their Coconut Water Hydrating Mist. I love this. I continue to use it. It's a great, I'm going to put some on right now, actually. It's very refreshing. It smells lovely without smelling, it smells really nice without smelling like heavily perfumed. It says it has coconut, cucumber, and rose waters to hydrate and refresh skin. It's a very fine mist. I just love it. It's that perfect little extra bit of moisture on days where my skin is feeling a little bit dehydrated. It's a great, just kind of refreshing thing in the summertime. You could probably store this in the fridge and give yourself a little cool boost if you wanted to. I just think it's a great product, and I'm really enjoying most of the stuff that I've tried from SkinFix. The only thing that didn't work for me was the regular face lotion. That broke me out, but I've tried this. I love their hydrating serum. I really like, and I'd like to try more stuff, but highly recommend this. And I think it will continue to be used throughout the rest of, well, until I use it up. Coral blushes have definitely kind of been my jam over the summer. The Milani Rose Blush in Coral Cove is one of them. They are really nice blushes. You can see that right there. And also Milani's Baked Blush in Luminoso, which is, you know, paler, a little pinker, and it has a sheen to it. You can see the Coral Cove is matte and obviously a much brighter color, but those are really, they're just perfect summer blushes for me, and they're actually really great winter blushes as well. Especially Coral Cove has that really great kind of pop flush to the cheek. Such a creepy phrase for some reason, but I say it all the time, and every time I'm editing I'm like, flush to the cheek. There's something about it that's creepy. But anyway, I've really been enjoying those tones in general. I remember in, I think, my May favorites, I was talking about really loving these kind of orangey tones on my eyes. It's kind of been my summer color. which I suppose segues nicely into these highlighting products. These are two highlighters that I've been using a lot over the summer, and they're both kind of peachy. The first one is from NYX. This is the Away We Glow liquid highlighter in the shade Moonbeam. I think this is beautiful. I really was loving cream products in general. Moonbeam is a really, really beautiful shade. Blends in beautifully over makeup or with over bare skin. I love it a lot. And then, of course, the Wet n Wild highlighting powder in Precious Petals. I talked about this, well, I've talked about this in many videos. They're both really pretty. They're both very similar tone. The Moonbeam, of course, you can see is a little bit paler, a little bit more of that kind of white base to it. But I love both of them, and I wore both of them a lot over the summer. Finally, I've been really trying to use this up a lot more. This is the Urban Decay Vice lipstick palette in Blackmail. I use this thing all the time, especially when I'm filming. This mirror is fantastic, and they're just really, really pretty colors in here. I've been trying to make a concerted effort to use this a lot more since I have it. It's not the kind of thing that you can really, or I can really travel with or choose to travel with. It's a little bit bulky and inconvenient in, you know, real life. But if I'm just putting a lipstick on to film or to leave the house, I've really been trying to use this. It's beautiful. They're a great mix of shades, lots of great summer shades. There's some really great fall shades in here, so I think I will continue to get a good amount of use out of this. I am wearing on my lips today Conspiracy, which is this kind of golden metallic-ish shade here. And I'm always surprised at how much pink ends up showing up when it's actually on my lips. It's definitely a shade that I would not have tried on my own, but I really love it. And I think actually this is going to be a nice more kind of subdued fall shade. And there are my August/summer favorites. I would really love to know what your favorite products over the summer have been, or winter if you are in the southern hemisphere. Let me know. Maybe pick a top 3 or a top 5, or maybe you have one product that's just been kind of your MVP over the summertime. Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.